Welcome back to Greenville one final time in 2025. A happy New Year's Eve to you all, and it's a championship New Year's Eve as we're set to crown a champion in the Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic. For the first time in program history, the Lady Bees will compete for a title in this illustrious tournament as the Upperman Lady Bees take on the Bearden Lady Bulldogs. I'm Noah McKay on the call right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network live on the main UCR YouTube channel and Facebook page this afternoon. Happy to be along with you. Excitement in the air, and we have once again a heavyweight fight on our hands. We welcome you into the Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. The Lady Bees are absolutely rolling right now, playing their best basketball the past several seasons. 13-3 on the campaign. They're on an 8-game winning streak, and they have been great in this tournament against top-tier competition. They beat Arkansas's #1 ranked Farmington a couple of days ago. Then yesterday, they beat Tennessee's #2 ranked in all classifications, Daniel Boone, 63-55, and they enter the championship game of this tournament with all sorts of momentum, but another stiff challenge in the way of the Upperman Lady Bees in the form of Class 4A's #2 ranked Bearden Lady Bulldogs out of the Knoxville area. Bearden, as I mentioned, #2 in the BCAT poll in Class 4A. They are 14-2 on the season, defeated a very good Grace Christian Academy team 66-63 to advance onto this championship game. Their only 2 losses this season were against CPA and West Ridge. They are led by their impressive Missouri commit, Natalia Hodge, the senior. She is a volume scorer. She's going to take a bunch of shots. She's going to make a bunch of shots. Another in the long line of great players the Lady Bees have faced early this season. Let's get right to it. The South Little Auto Clinic starting lineups for these teams. First for the Bearden Lady Bulldogs, it is #2, Natalia Hodge. #3, Riley Hunt. #20, Emma Rainey. #34, Theola Mills. And #40, Katie Foster. Their opponents are the Upperman Lady Bees. They will start like this. #11, Sadie South. #12, Taylor Delenti. #23, Gracie Butler. #22, Gracie Butler. #23, Maggie Butler. And #24, T.T. Carson gets the start for the 3rd consecutive day for the Lady Bees. They are the home team on the scoreboard. They're in the white uniforms, white shorts, black numbers and letters with Lady Bees across the front. Bearden in their road maroon jerseys, maroon shorts, gray numbers and letters with white accents and white lettered Bearden across the front. Sure, happy to be along with you here. The final broadcast of 2025. What a year it's been across our network. And a championship game to round out the campaign is going to be a lot of fun. Upperman plays in this tournament, 7th consecutive year they've been here. First time they've ever made the title game here in Greenville. If they could finish this one off, it would be a very impressive 9-game winning streak heading into district play when the White County Warriorettes come to town into Baxter on January the 9th. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Happy to be along with you today as Theola Mills will face off against Gracie Butler in the circle. Couple of bigs with Mills and Foster present problems for the Lady Bees today as the lead official walks in, waits, throws it up. Let's get it on in the Andrew Johnson Ladies Classic Championship as there is an immediate tie-up as Delenti gets her hands on it. We'll see if they establish possession or not. If they did not, then we'll re-jump it. Hodge had it. Did she have possession? No, and maybe this is a quirk in the rule book. Hodge is all excited because she's going to get to tip it off with T.T. Carson. Love it. Why not? Never seen this one before. Let's do it one more time in the championship game. And Carson won the tip for a moment. She did win it over to Gracie Butler, and we are underway. Carson has it right side. She gives off to Sadie South. Rained in 5 triples a day ago. The starts have been great for Upperman in this tournament. Every game, though, has been down to the wire. Despite whatever the final score may indicate, this tournament is so good. Right side, T.T. Carson gives to Delenti. Zone look here for Bearden. They mix into 3-2. Here's Gracie Butler. Works on Mills. Now fires back. Was tipped. Now a foot race. Carson saves it in, but it goes right to Bearden. And an opportunity quickly ahead with a run out. Shot put up and good. Emma Rainey, and while all the headlines go to Hodge, and rightfully so, it's Emma Rainey who had a lot of Upperman's attention. A great three-point shooter, and she is the X factor most nights because you know Hodge is going to give you 30. It's where do the other points come from? Pass inside Gracie Butler, high off the glass, too strong, and not a great start offensively for the Lady Bees, 0 for 2. Here's Hodge pushing the floor. Hodge works on Carson, who's picked up the best player for the opponent this entire tournament in the man-to-man. She'll give back to Rainey. Rainey starts to drive on Delenti, who retreats back. Taylor Delenti has been the player of the tournament so far. Miscommunication, but able to run it down is Foster in the half court for Bearden. Delenti 3 for 3 on Player of the Game awards for us and the tournament. Screen off, Hodge going to trigger the 3. That's too strong. Rebound down to Delenti. Hodge 38 points from breaking the record set earlier today by Farmington's Easton McCullough for points in a tournament. Here's Carson with it against the zone. It takes a minute to adjust to it as Butler kicks over to Maggie. Maggie Butler from long range, no too short. Rebound down to Hodge. Bearden pushing in transition quickly ahead. Here's Rainey. Butler tries to stop her, goes straight up and down. Brick wall Butler, offensive rebound, and the putback is good for Katie Foster. Upperman trailed 4-0 a day ago against Daniel Boone. They trailed 4-0 here against Bearden. They then went on a long run a day ago. That may be tough against this Bearden team. Here's Carson in the half court with it. Surveys the floor. We're just 2 minutes into the contest here. Championship fight. These two teams trying to feel each other out. Early advantage Bearden. Pass over right side Maggie Butler. Maggie tosses back to Delenti. Back to Maggie. Out of the corner, Maggie give and go. Delenti. One dribble, throws it up. Good. Taylor Delenti with the bucket. First points of the game for the Lady Bees go to number 12, and it's 4-2. Upperman is not pressing early. They pressed a little bit against Daniel Boone early, bailed out of it. They've mixed up the man-to-man in that vaulted zone from Dana McWilliams. Here's Natalia Hodge, bounces it over left side. Step back 3, just talked about her. It's up, that's no good for Rainey. Big box out inside, it's tipped back to Rainey, who drives, throws it up, and good for 2. Emma Rainey has 4 early points, and that is what Upperman does not want to see, as Hodge is still scoreless. Here's Carson, 5:12 to go in the first quarter, just underway here in Greenville. Pass over to T.T. Carson. Upperman a little bit out of rhythm early as Carson fires a pass, tipped by Hodge out of play. She is good for about 5 steals a game. That time it stays on this end with the Lady Bees, and as per usual, an early quick cash pawn timeout from Dana McWilliams as she'll make her early adjustments. Need some quick cash? Visit our friends at Quick Cash Pawn in Cookeville. On the SK Creations scoreboard, we'll look at the bowl games happening around the country. A lot of them. College football playoff action. Chad Crouch down to my right. He's ready as Miami takes on Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central Time. Elsewhere, a shootout in the Sun Bowl in my old stomping grounds of El Paso. Duke leads Arizona State. It's 35-32 with 2:39 to go in the third quarter. No defense being played. In the Citrus Bowl, Michigan and Texas tied up at 17, just underway in the second half. And Utah leads Nebraska in the Las Vegas Bowl, 24-14. And what everybody wants to see, Vanderbilt goes down to Iowa, 34-27 earlier on today in the ReliaQuest Bowl. Congrats, Vandy, on the best season in program history where you lost the ReliaQuest Bowl. T.T. Carson picks up her dribble, needs an outlet. 5-second clock ticking, finds Sadie South out of the timeout. Already more movement for the Lady Bees as Gracie touches over to Maggie, now back to Gracie. They'll swing it to South. Now extra feed to Lenti. Lines up the triple, pops out, no. Carson tips the rebound. T.T. Carson in the line of the trees. Over to Maggie for the 2. That's why she's playing a whole lot more. T.T. Carson with the rebound and the assist. She's a stat sheet stuffer for the Lady Bees. Here's Natalia Hodge. Sends it over left side, Rainey. Rainey already has 4 points in this first quarter. Now a big collision between Mills and Carson. Shot no good. Rebound punched out of play, and it'll go to the Lady Bees. Physical screens being set by the Bigs. Here's Cassie Crouch checking in for Gracie Butler. Sub also into the game as Mills gets an early breather for Bearden. Full court press here for the Lady Bulldogs. Cassie Crouch, welcome to the ball game. Flips it ahead. Good pass to T.T. Carson. Carson weaving through the trap, and she's fouled. She'll be held as she tried to accelerate. It's the fresh sub into the game. Picks up her first, team's first on Bearden. Championship fight today. Delenti sends right side for South, back to Delenti. Taz works it over left wing for Crouch. Crouch picks up her dribble, needs an outlet. Dumps it ahead to Maggie. Maggie working on Hodge. Gives it to Carson, who bobbled, now gathers. Carson tries to work around Hodge and does. Gives back to Crouch. Now left side South. Crouch activates. Now skips it into the corner. Maggie pump fakes. Now fires it across inside to Delenti. Pass fake, steps through. That's a tough shot, and it went through. Taylor Delenti with a tough finish, and we're tied up at 6. Hodge being picked up really as soon as she approaches half court by Crouch, who sags off now. Hodge activates with a crossover, drives inside. Natalia Hodge, the Mizzou commit, with her first points. She's going to score in bunches today. That's not up for debate. Hodge gets on the board with the easy lay. Upperman does not want that, though. The easy bucket for her. You want it to be a tough 25 to 30 points, not an easy 40. Crouch sends over to Maggie. Maggie gives back to South. South loves shooting in this gym. Maybe the best she shoots anywhere, and that's saying something. Taylor Delente one-on-one, starts to float back. Hodge harasses. Delente finds Crouch on the baseline. Underhand flips to Carson. Carson spins out to Maggie. Maggie to South. Long three, but a 3-second violation on Carson took off the three off the board. She was in there for a while. It would have been a good shot for Sadie South. Instead, Gracie Butler checks in the game for Carson, and Bearden gets it back with a 2-point lead. No argument to be made on that one. Nice job breaking the press for Bearden. Now numbers as Rainey skies up and hits in the mid-range. Emma Rainey, she's a great soccer player. She already has 6 points early on here, leading the way for Bearden. Crouch ahead now, gives to Delente. Delente with space to operate, kicks to South, corner three. Sadie South, no good. Good look, though, as Hodge gets the rebound, now looking for the quick run out. Here come the Lady Bulldogs. Pass ahead, Rainey, underneath the basket, saves it over, shot up, no good. Rebounded by South. Open pace now, here's Gracie Butler. Hodge waits to pick her up. Butler has it poked free. She battles her and keeps it. Crouch over to South right wing. South touches back to Crouch as the pace slows down again. Delente, touch pass over to South. Nice tic-tac-toe. Three doesn't go. Delente for the rebound. Put back in the foul. Taylor Delente, relentless. 94 feet of basketball is going to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two. They'll get Riley Hunt for her first, team second. Taylor Delente, the senior, needs more offers. Not sure what college coaches are waiting on. Watch the free throws today. This has been a war for both these teams through this tournament. And we've talked about how the fatigue factor really shows up at the free throw line as you can short arm some stuff. Delente misses the first. She hits the second, and it's 10-7. Bearden basketball as Riley Hunt establishes. She'll send it over right side, now touches it into the low block. Pass intercepted by Gracie Butler, and now the Amtrak has left the station. Gracie Butler drives and is fouled. Gracie Butler to the line to shoot two with 1:50 to go in the first quarter. She steals the pass intended for Mills on the other block and gets out and runs. I believe that was on Rainey. If it is, it's her first, team's third. And the first free throw for Gracie Butler gets the friendly roll. And my apologies, it was not. It was on Hunt. That's her second. I'm not sure what I saw the official signal as Butler has it. Flies away the second and hits. 2 for 2 for Gracie Butler at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Lady Bees back within a point. It's 10-9. Hodge calmly walks it ahead. Upperman is into the 2-3 out of that timeout. They'll line it up to Hodge again. Now touches it into Mills, sends out Rainey. Cannot leave her open. Wide open three doesn't go. Rebound down, second chance. Now Hodge, quick trigger three and good. Natalia Hodge from downtown, and that is what she does. That was a very quick trigger. Upperman out of the zone, going to have to get out to the shooters, which they've done in this tournament, but especially today. Carson with the drive inside. It's blocked by Mills. She got the rebound back. Kicks to South for an open three, and she hits. Sadie South with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate three, and it was another rebound and assist for T.T. Carson. Second time she's done that in the first quarter. Hodge sends it over the right side, now back to her. Quick passes here for Bearden. Back out Hodge. Steps back, Crouch right in her face. So fire it right side, three ball good on the other end. Bailey Meyer splashes into three, and now both teams raining them home from long range. 4-point lead again for Bearden. Championship fight in Greenville. Two teams separated by a classification, both unquestionably top 5 teams in their classes in this state right now. And Upperman going to hold for the final shot here, down 4 with 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Bearden right now content to let them. Crouch just dribbling back and forth as time whittles away here. Rainey so far not going. Looks like they're going to let them set it up. With about 8 seconds, they'll go. And there they go. Pass over to Taylor Delente. Delente fires a fastball into Gracie. She drives inside and is fouled. Mills caught her on the forearm on the way up, and Gracie Butler goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Now, one thing for Bearden, they're going to have an opportunity here. 3.9, plenty of time to get it down the floor and get a shot away with their great shooters, as the bench is going to empty here for a little foul defense for the Lady Bees. First one for Gracie Butler is good, and this has been a very good first quarter. Both teams doing some good things. Stone checking in for South. Bella Phi checking in here for Delenti. Maggie Butler checked in and then out because there were 6 girls on the floor. Nobody came out for. 3.9 seconds as Gracie hits the second. 2 for 2 for Gracie Butler. Now Hodge tries to weave through traffic. 2 seconds. Double dribble. Absolutely. Double dribble as she sliced through the trap. Hit it with both hands. So now 1.2, and that sends everybody back to the table. Delenti, Maggie, and South all checking in. And they've got 5 on the floor now. A little confusion for the Lady Bees. They'll get 1.2 is enough time for a dribble and a heave. Maybe if they line it up for South. Delenti with a sideline inbound here. Hodge jumps in front. Goes into the backcourt for Gracie. She will chuck it up. This would count wide left. And that brings us to the end of a back and forth first quarter. Bearden 16, Upperman 14 in the Ladies Classic here in Greenville. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Fun first quarter in the books here in Greenville. 16-14 the lead for the Bearden Lady Bulldogs. They led 4-0, and then the teams traded buckets most of the rest of the first quarter. Natalia Hodge had 5 points. The Mizzou commit tries to drive on Carson as the Lady Bees drop back into the man-to-man. She'll step back for 3. No, great box out and rebound for Maggie Butler. Here's T.T. Carson ahead. Lady Bees did not lead in that first quarter. Carson gives back to Maggie. Maggie needs an outlet, finds one with Carson. Carson now spins it over left side for South. Bearden back into their zone look. They go 3-2, matchup out of it. Here's South. Works it over left side, Gracie. Now back to Delenti. Delenti to South. Touches in Gracie. She drives one dribble, puts it up and in. That is methodical half-court offense for the Lady Bees, and Gracie Butler has her first field goal to go along with 4 free throws, and we're all tied up at 16. Here's Hodge as she brings it up. Carson will pick her up, works away from a screen, great move. Hodge drives, chucks it up. Straight up and down went Maggie Butler, and here comes Taylor Delenti the other way, and a foul. Going to get Rainey for a hit. That's her first, team's first. Bearden's coach, who loves to complain. He complains about everything. It's insufferable. Complains about the first one on the other end as Maggie went straight up and down. I mean, it is insufferable. Nice guy, I'm sure, but every game, every call is just complaining. Here's Carson. Gives to South. Now left side, Gracie. Delenti now. Rainey picks her up. South sends it over to Carson. Back in mid-range, Gracie. Tosses it over to Maggie. Trying to pick apart this zone. It's a very good zone for Bearden. South has it left side. Back to Carson. Fires in Butler. Gracie drives. Strong. Good. First lead for the Lady Bees in this championship game. Gracie Butler off the glass for 2 more. She's got 4 in the quarter. 6.5 to go in the first half. Bounce over left side, Rainey. This time closed out on by Delenti. Works off a screen. Blocked from behind, but a foul as Carson got her on the forearm. It'll be the first on T.T. Carson. And maybe the first foul against the Lady Bees. Wow, they're going to call this on the floor. That was clearly a shooting foul. She was going up for it. Yeah, 2 free throws. That's the correct call. Dana McWilliams not happy about it, but I believe that was correct to my eye. As Emma Rainey goes to the line to shoot 2 with 6:20 to go in the half. It's 18-16 Lady Bees. First one good for Rainey. Mentioned she's maybe the biggest X factor in the game. She has 7 points already. Bearden will like that as she goes 2 for 2, and we're all tied up at 18 again. Here's T.T. Carson bringing it up. Carson slices through the defense but loses handle of the basketball. First turnover for the Lady Bees in a long time. Rainey comes away with a steal, now pushing it in transition. She's slowed up by Maggie, kicks over into the corner. Back to Rainey. Upperman tries to establish. Hodge pop free. Great shot fake. Steps into the 3 and hits. Natalia Hodge is the reason she's going to Mizzou. Tremendous shot fake, and she reigns home her second triple of the first half. It's 21-18 now. 5 straight for Bearden. Back and forth we go. Kind of been the nature of this tournament. Teams get a lead, surrender it, back and forth the other way. Butler to Delenti now. Over to South. Now into Gracie. Works around one defender, now spins back south, over to Delenti. She gets her shot fake off, now triggers a 3. That's no good, rebound down, Carson tried, but too much size with Mills. And here comes Hodge trying to stretch the lead. Works it left side, again open, Rainey. That one's no good. Upperman gonna have to defend the shooters better as the offensive rebound and the putback for Foster won't go, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And this will be a personal on Maggie Butler, her first, team second. And I believe Dana McWilliams is going to want a quick cash pawn timeout. She will. It's her second that she's burned. 5:18 to go in the first half. It'll be 2 free throws upcoming for Bearden on the other side. Championship game of the Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
5-0 run for Bearden. They can make it 7-0 at the free throw line. As Katie Foster, the post, will go there to shoot 2. Quick cash pawn timeout called by Dana McWilliams. It's her second, so 3 remaining for the Lady Bees head coach. The South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors, family owned and operated for over 5 decades. The South Willow Auto Clinic service all makes and models. Stop in at 640 South Willow Avenue for all your auto repair needs. First one for Foster, spun all the way around and through. 4-point lead now for Bearden. They led 4-0, that was their largest. Foster can stretch that here. Next free throw, no good. Mills tips it twice out of play, and it'll go to the Lady Bees as she was over Delenti and Crouch. They battled enough. Weston and Grayson McWilliams behind me with the assist. They were stomping their feet up here. South calmly brings it up, sends it over to Crouch. Lady Bees need a good possession here of half-court offense. They've been turning it over a little bit too much. Crouch has it, picks up, fires into Gracie. Gracie kicks to South. Nice tic-tac-toe, and there's the bucket. Sadie South again. Her second. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for the junior sharpshooter. Back to a 1-point game. Hodge with it as Upperman is back into their 2-3. The man-to-man hasn't gone great so far. Passing to Foster, off the mark, out of play, and it goes back to Upperman. Maggie Butler does such a good job against even girls with more height. Her second full year starting for the senior, and she has taken huge leaps and bounds on both ends of the floor. Crouch sends over to Sadie South. South back to Crouch. Now Butler. Gracie gives back to Delenti. Over to Crouch. Crouch into Gracie. Gracie spins a couple of times and a foul. Got hit on the arm a couple of times. I think they may get Natalia Hodge for this. If so, it's her first. Mills was also in there. She already has one. And they did get Mills, so that's her second big call. Second team foul against the Lady Bulldogs, and it'll send a sub to the table as Malone will check in. Baseline inbound for Taylor Delenti. Nobody's moving, so she'll just send it into Gracie Butler. Euros inside back to Maggie, and they called it a travel. Looked like a Euro, but maybe an extra step in there. 1 point lead for Bearden in the basketball. Here's Hodge. Interesting. I do not think that was a travel. Hodge spins it over right side, now touches it in. Foster, baseline pass, fresh into the game. Mid-range jumper, no. Great rebound again. Gracie Butler with it this time. Out of the timeout, Upperman looks much more composed on defense. Here's Gracie, fires a pass intended for South. It was open in the corner, but Hodge able to tip it out of play. It stays with Upperman as Mary Kate Ferraris will check in. Foster will get a breather here. She's complaining about something that she thinks Maggie Butler's doing. Says it to the official. Delenti inbounds to Crouch. Now back Delenti. South open in the corner. Going to look inside. Smacked out of play. It'll stay on this end with the Lady Bees. Two very good zone defenses going at it here. Delenti with a baseline inbound coming for the Lady Bees. Gives it into Gracie. Gracie flips back to Delenti. Delenti skip pass over to Maggie. Into the corner, South. South not free enough for a shot. Hodge harasses. Now wraps her up from behind. Pokes it to Maggie. Now over to Crouch. Crouch skip past Gracie. Head of steam. Gracie Euros around two defenders. No good. Rebound down for Aris. Both teams scoreless the past minute or so. Here's Hodge for Bearden. She could change that with one shot. Ooh, that was a sick move. Pulls up from the free throw line and hits. Natalia Hodge, when she gets ahead of steam, you know two things. She's going to shoot it, and more likely than not, she's going to hit it. 24-21, back to a three-point. Lady Bulldogs lead. 3:20 to go in the second quarter here in Greenville. Championship fight today. Crouch picks up her dribble, sends it over to Delenti. Nice pass ahead to Gracie. Shoulders in, no good, no call, play on. Rebound down, here's Bearden. Looking for momentum. Hodge bounces ahead, triggers the three. That one pops out, no. Great rebound for Maggie Butler again. Lady B basketball, needing a bucket. T.T. Carson back to the table. Delenti, dangerous pass, ricochets, and now Gracie just kind of watched it. Pass ahead for Hodge. Delenti right there. Shot chucked up and a foul. Natalia Hodge to the line to shoot two. They'll get Taylor Delenti for her first, team's third. And right now you can't have that if you're the Lady Bees. Going to have to go after every loose ball. A little bit of watching right now. And part of the reason why T.T. Carson's at the table is Hodge connects the first free throw. 11 in the first half for Natalia Hodge. Back to a 4-point Bearden lead. Carson will check in for Butler. 2 for 2 for the Mizzou commit. And a 30-second quick cash pawn timeout going to be called here from Bearden. Upperman's offense has gone stagnant here past couple of minutes. The defense has been good against this explosive Lady Bulldogs, but the offense looking to get rolling. Thompson Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, your one-stop shop for your dirt machinery and aerial equipment needs. Located at their new facility at 4314 Academy Road in Cookeville. They're a Caterpillar dealer who rents, sells, service, and provide parts. For rental needs, call Lane at 931-267-6380. And to buy, call Lucas at 931-979-5050. 2:49 to go in the first half. A 5-point lead. It's the largest of the game for either team. Bearden has it, but it will be Upperman basketball to the timeout, which I assume, and it appears it was, to establish a press for Bearden here. Sensing an opportunity to take momentum into the halftime locker room, Upperman wants to tie it up. We're going on a little run here. Crouch gives back to Delenti, back to Crouch. Here they go. Fires a pass ahead to Carson. Carson works away from an incoming trap. Sends over to Delenti, now back to South. Here's Crouch. Sends to Delenti. Closely guarded, works off one defender. Now back out Carson. Over to Crouch. Now Delenti touches South. That play has worked over and over and over again. The three doesn't go, but Carson right there for the rebound. Chucks it back up, no, and now a foul. Third team foul on Bearden. As Carson wisely just tried to get out of there. This will be on Bailey Myers, her first. Number 2 ranked 4A Bearden against the Lady Bees out of Baxter. Delenti to inbound. Going to fire it over the top to Crouch. Now back to Delenti. Delenti works it around the world, back to Crouch. Cassie flips it over to Maggie. Maggie fires in Delenti. Spins into the corner, South. Defense closes on to her. They know she can shoot now, if you didn't already. Crouch fires a low one. Carson to Delenti. Delenti barrels inside, chucks it up, and gets the call. Second personal there. It'll be the 4th team foul, and 2 free throws upcoming for Taylor Delenti at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Free throw is going to be critical for the Lady Bees in this game. It's been up and down already early, but Delenti makes no mistake there. She puts it through. Up to 6 points already tied. 2 behind Gracie Butler, who leads it with 8. First points in a couple of minutes for the Lady Bees. Their defense, as usual, keeping them in it when the offense isn't going. 2 for 2 for Taylor Delenti. Upperman back within a score. 2 minutes to play. First half championship game. Rainey off a screen. Mid-range pull-up jumpers. Hit one today. That one won't go. Another rebound for TT Carson. Delenti ahead. Hodge waits as she sends it ahead to Crouch. Crouch back over to Delenti. Delenti right into the dribble. Now fires it left side for Carson. Hodge picks up, pokes it from behind. It went right back to TT. Now Maggie has it. Hodge really good about getting the basketball. Now Crouch gives it to South. Now back to Crouch. Crouch over to Carson. Carson drives, now finds Delenti. Delenti surveys the floor. Back to Crouch. Got to change the floor, so they do. Over to Maggie. Corner 3, no. Rebound. Delenti has it inside. Loses her footing, out of play. Unfortunate break for the Lady Bees on a good effort by Taylor Delenti. Possession back the other way to Bearden. Lily Corum checking in here. And Bearden, they're going to play their studs every minute of this game. Hodge and Rainey have not left the floor and do not expect that to happen. Upperman will spell all their players as Hodge has it. 26-23 the lead. South picks her up, crosses over, sideways shot, no. Rebound loose, and Delenti wins it away. Dangerous here as Delenti tiptoes down the sideline. Now she's trapped. Spins it back, and that's a backcourt violation. Calm down, ref. Everybody's good. Backcourt violation, it goes the other way. Came sprinting in. Nobody was going to argue it. 51 seconds to go in the half, 26-23, and that's one Delenti just takes off down the floor. If she waits just a minute, lets the defense set up, probably a different story. Lets the offense get down the floor, I should say. It's a different story. Hodge with it here, 50 seconds. 5-0 to go in the first half. Back to Hodge. Now they're working over left side of Rainey. Into Mills. Mills kicks back out. 3 on the way. Would be big, and it's good. Lily Corum off the bench, splashes home to 3, and it's a 6-point Bearden lead again. Upperman likely content to hold if they'll let him, but right now Rainey says nuh-uh. Steps up. Delenti has it. Sends it to Maggie, now back to Delenti. Over to Crouch. Crouch fires a pass tip. Delenti has it. Upperman could use a bucket here into the break, but it's certainly still up in the air as we'll head to the halftime locker room in a single-digit game, barring something crazy. Carson gives to Delenti, 12 seconds. Sends to Maggie, back to Delenti, 10 seconds. Now they got to go. Delenti, double team, gives to Carson, 4 seconds, got to go. TT chucks it up, long 2, good. TT Carson, not sure if it's the look they wanted, but it's the look that goes, and the Lady Bees cut it to a 4-point game heading into the halftime locker room. The Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic Championship still very much up in the air. 29-25. We'll hear a word from our sponsors and come back with third quarter action in Greenville right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care, right where life happens.
Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Turf Masters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1990.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student-athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media. Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Bearden 29, Upperman 25. The championship game of the Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic here in Greenville. Bearden has led by as many as 5. Upperman has led by as many as 2. Bearden's largest lead was 6. But a 2 at the buzzer from T.T. Carson cut it to 4. Lady Bees are going to work left to right on your screen as they try to win a championship and run a gauntlet to do so. It will be their basketball to open the half. They knocked off the number 1 team in Arkansas in any classification, Farmington. Then they knocked off the number 2 ranked team in the state of Tennessee in any class, according to Max Preps, in Daniel Boone. Now they get the number 2 ranked team in Class 4A from BCAT, Bearden, and they are in another fight. Upperman, though, going to have to pull some magic here with very tired legs. Both teams do. Taylor Delente with it right wing side. Bearden back in their very effective zone. South works over to T.T. Carson. Carson to South. They left her open. Why would you do that? Sadie South, good. 1-point game. Another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. The third for South. Had 5 a day ago. And the Lady Bees are within a point. Here's Natalia Hodge. The Mizzou commit had 14 in the first half. And she bounces it over right side to Emma Rainey. She had 8. Rainey steps back for 3. That's what you don't want. No good, but the rebound. Mills runs it down as her and Butler were in a fight. Second chance for Bearden. Pass fired up. Hodge going over Carson. She tipped it into the backcourt herself. Oh, that should be a backcourt violation. Nobody for Upperman tipped that basketball. Natalia Hodge did. They give it with Bearden, though. Off a screen, Carson fights through. Stays straight up. Great defense, but a better finish. Natalia Hodge spins it all the way around and through. That's one of those you tip your cap on the finish for number 2 for Bearden. Carson picks up, sends over. Butler. Oh, Sadie South may have got away with a walk. Now Maggie to Delente into Gracie. Gracie fires back out Maggie. Maggie didn't have an outlet, then finds one with Delente. Now Carson has it. Over to South. Hodge leaps towards her, which is smart. Delente. One dribble, kicks back South. They closed out to her. Delente left side Carson. Long possession for the Lady Bees. Carson picks up. Left side Delente. Back to Carson. New play in for the Lady Bees now. Left side South. South to Carson. Bounces in Delente. Into the corner Gracie. Gracie picks up her dribble to Delente. Now to South. She wanted it. Now she has it. Back to Delente. There they go. And again, Gracie Butler looking to the sideline just a little bit out of sync. And it'll send Cassie Crouch to the table. It's the second time in as many days that has happened. Is Crouch going to check in for Gracie Butler? And again, a long week, and you're seeing some of those lapses of just crisp focus. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's 31-28. Bearden looking for some separation. Skip pass across right side. Now a dangerous pass. Carson jumps in front, smacks it over to South. Chance for Cassie Crouch ahead. Hodge back great in transition. Over to South. Now Delenti. There's a great play by Carson in the half-court defense. Carson trying to get it past the outstretched arms of Natalia Hodge. Spins, and it will be a 5-second violation. That was a very quick count. When she picks up her dribble, spinning around, we'll see. I'm going to count it on the replay. Yeah, right about 5. It was maybe 4.99, but you got to get rid of it quicker than that. Rainey tries to split through 2 defenders, kicks over into the corner. 3 on the way for Bearden. Rattles through. Riley Hunt with her first points of the game, and Bearden back in front by 6. Each team scored 3 here in the quarter. Crouch with it. Sends it over to Sadie South, now back to Crouch. Cassie to South. No real offensive rhythm for the Lady Bees. Carson, right side South. Fires into Delenti. Delenti sees the lane, drives and fouled. Viola Mills, it was body contact, not at the top where the block was certainly clean. It'll be the third on Mills and 2 free throws for Taylor Delenti at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Delenti is 3 for 4 so far today. First one for Taz is good. Lady Bees hanging around. I think they've played probably their best games the past couple of games. They have not done so today, but they're still in it with a great basketball team, only down 5. 2 for 2 for Taylor Delenti, and she kind of faded away on that one. She's feeling it. 4-point game. Rainey brings it up. Sends it over left side. Hunt just hit a 3. Now drives and kicks into the corner. A little bobble, though. They'll reset back out. Upperman into the 2-3. It's been much more effective than the man in this particular game. Dangerous pass. Carson tips it. Another steal for TT Carson. What a performance already for TT. Here's Delenti with a head of steam. Kicks over to South. Open again. No good off front iron. Rebound down. Hunt comes away for Bearden. Now Hunt pushing the tempo. Fires it ahead to Hodge. Hodge going to line up the 3. Big swing here. No. Rebounded by Maggie. Maggie wrestles it away and fires to Carson. Both teams missing good looks. You want your shooters to have shots like that in this game. Carson looking to skip it again. South open, passes it up, didn't feel like open enough. Resets to TT Carson. Middle of the third quarter. It's a stalemate. South from a mile away. She's unconscious. Sadie South chucks it home. Shot it from Morristown and rained it through. 4 triples for South, and it's timeout time for Bearden as the Lady Bees are back within 1 again. On the back of the long-range shooting of Sadie South, her second 3 of the quarter. It's a full quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. We will take it with them right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
We provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care, right where life happens.
Better figure out where your popcorn's at in this one. 34-33. Bearden's lead down to 1. Sadie South with a 3, and it's 5 straight for the Upperman Lady Bees. 2 free throws for Delenti and a 3 for South. Bearden basketball here out of the quick cash pawn timeout called by them. Their second of the game. See what they set up here. Upperman in their zone. Pass over. Dangerous. Tiptoes saved in. Now back out Rainey. Rainey to the free throw line. They'll kick it back out Hunt. Hunt with a skip pass over to Hodge. Crouch right there as Hodge drives, contorts in the mid-range, can't hit. Rebound grabbed. TT Carson says, I'll take that, thank you very much. Lady B basketball down 1. Carson drives into Hodge. Wow, look at TT Carson. Undeterred and uncompletely feared. She has no issue with that. Not intimidated in the least. Crouch goes to work. Gives to Delenti. Delenti to Cassie. Crouch to Carson. 3:04 to go in the third. Carson, now she's in trouble. Hodge harassing, fires a dangerous pass. Delenti spins away. South is open in the corner again. The three for the lead. You bet. Sadie South with another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Back-to-back games with 5 triples for the junior Sadie South. Lady Bees lead by 2. Here's Rainey. Little hezzy. Drives off the glass. No. Rebound tipped twice. Hunt ends up with it on the outside for now. Carson rips it away on the hardwood. Whistle finally in a jump. The arrow belongs to Bearden. The bigs checking back in as Mills and Foster check in for a couple of guards. Upperman leads by 2, and it's an 8-0 run for the Lady Bees. Baseline inbound coming. Bearden now looking for an answer. Very much up in the air, right to Hodge. Quick trigger 3. Good contest, and she missed. Rebound punched by Butler right to Carson. Lady Bee basketball looking to stretch their run. Delenti back to Carson. This is a dogfight. No pun intended for the Bearden Lady Bulldogs. Carson working past Rainey. Now gives back to South. She's got in the gym range right now. They are guarding Sadie South everywhere. She keeps getting free on the set plays. Here's Crouch. Over to South again. Do it. Hodge steps to her. Back to Crouch. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Lady Bees lead by 2. 8-0 run. Crouch finds Carson. Carson spins it to Delenti. Skips it over. South. 2 bigs approach, so she goes back out. Not forcing anything, but reining them home when she has the chance. Delenti spins a couple of times, working on Hodge. Backdoor cut, one-arm grab for Maggie. Now a cut in for South, puts it up for 2. Sensational half-court offense and passing by the Lady Bees. First non-3 bucket of the game for South. 4-point lead for Upperman, largest of the game. Here's Hodge. Works on a screen. Mid-range pull-up jumper. No good. While she's cold, they have to capitalize. Riley Hunt offensive rebound. Dangerous pass. Over the head. Crouch with the rebound. Now runs out. Crouch is fouled. Natalia Hodge picks up her first 2 free throws for Cassie Crouch with 1:17 to go in the third quarter. It's 38-34. Lady Bees now on a 10-0 run. And it is Sadie South from long range, but how about the steal? And now Crouch hitting the first free throw. 5-point lead now for Upperman. Bearden is going to make a run. It feels very much like yesterday. It's a little different script, but remember, Upperman got a huge lead and said it's not over, not in games like this with teams like this. 2 for 2 for Crouch. It's a 12-0 Lady Bee run. They lead by 6. 1:14 to go in the third quarter. Championship of one of the best tournaments in the Southeast on the line. Quick pass back. Rainey's 3 won't go. Rebound loose. Carson has it. She's hooked. She's fouled. That'll be the third there. Third team foul on Bearden as well. 1:03 to go in the third quarter. 40-34 is the score. The scoreboard is incorrect. They've got to fix that. It says 40-35. They're going the wrong way. Now it's 40-38. It's 40-34. They'll get it right. Full court press here for Bearden as Delenti has it. They're going to have to get forward. Taking too much time. Crouch does get forward. Maggie has it go through her hands. She gathers. They've got the score right in the building. Now back to Crouch. 50 seconds. Upperman will be content to run this thing down, you'd have to imagine. Carson, poke from behind and another foul. Second on Natalia Hodge. And they were quicker than me on the board earlier, so that will be the third team foul on Bearden. Inbound right to Maggie. She gives back to Delenti. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Lady Bees on a 12-0 run. Crouch, guarded by Rainey. She gives to Carson. Carson works it around, now back to South. It's been Sadie South's quarter. Carson has it now over to Crouch. Hodge steps to her. Got to be ready for those active hands if you're the Lady Bees. Here's Maggie. Bounces it over to Delenti. Delenti going to reset. Over to Crouch. Fires a fastball to Carson. Carson back to Crouch, 13 seconds. They bled the clock. Here comes the trap. Crouch works around, fires over to Delenti. 8 seconds, Delenti to South. Skip pass to Carson. Now Delenti puts it on the hardwood, drives, big collision, doesn't matter. Taylor Delenti with the 2. And the Upperman Lady Bees are on a 14-0 run into the fourth quarter. Championship of the Ladies Classic here in Greenville on the line when we come back. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee. listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, Realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR.
A 14-0 Upperman Lady Bees run puts them out in front by 8. Long way to go as Crouch works on a double team, sends over to Sadie South. I'm Noah McKay, happy to be along with you. The finale here of our broadcast schedule in 2025. Taylor Delenti for 3, no and a foul. Maggie Butler into the back of Natalia Hodge. It'll be the second on Maggie, first team foul on the Lady Bees. This one far from over with a team as explosive as this Bearden Lady Bulldogs team is. And they're going to go a little defense-offense as Hunt will check in for Bearden. Upperman has to keep the foot down. Bearden's going to make a run, led by Natalia Hodge, who has 16 points, but just 2 in the third quarter. Hodge with it against the 2-3. Back to her. South covering her the whole way. Crosses over, pulls up, can't hit. Rebound down. Hunt with a great board, and that's going to be a hustle foul, but it's a big second one quickly here on T.T. Carson. Upperman does not need to get in foul trouble here in the fourth quarter and let Bearden, who's a great free throw shooting team, get to the line often. And they have to avoid that third foul for as long as they can. Inbound to Rainey, and there it is immediately. Yeah, that's 3 quick whistles in the opening 31 seconds as Carson just picked up her third in the past 2 seconds or so. Hopefully it's not a sign that the whistle's tightening. It's been a very fun game with the teams just duking it out. Now a mid-range jumper for Hodge, no. Rebound down Maggie. The run continues for now for Upperman. Pass ahead to South. It was her quarter. 5 triples in the game so far, 17 points for Sadie South. T.T. Carson in some trouble, shoulders out over to Crouch. Bearden fans want a foul. They won't get it. Crouch got trapped, fell on her way down, and they call it a travel, not a foul. Possession back the other way with 7:08 to go. Bearden trying to force turnovers. They get one there. New Year's Eve basketball here on a Wednesday in Greenville. Great game so far. Bearden looking for an answer. Into Mills. Mills kicks into the corner. 3 ball on the way, and good. There's an answer. Bailey Myers has her second 3 of the game, and just like that, it's a 5-point game. So much time left. Upperman has to protect the basketball. They started slow in the fourth a day ago. We're able to pull away late, though. Delenti going to drive and kick over to Carson. Now South in the corner. Took a little bit to get the pass there as Carson now gathers. Every time they come out here, you see the pressure apply. Delenti hops it over to Maggie Butler. Lines up the 3 and hits. Maggie Butler with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. It's her first of the game. Lady Bees answer back in front by 8. Now here's Rainey. Drives inside. Chucks it up. No. Rebound. Tipped out of play, and it goes to Upperman. 6:18 to go. Bearden again with the sub. Ferraris going to check in. Full court press. Delenti needs an outlet. Needs to just throw it. Got to throw it. Does to Crouch, and a foul for a push. They'll get Myers for her first, team's first. 6:17 to go in the ball game. This 5 have had a long run time, and why not? They've been so effective for the Lady Bees. Delenti inbounds to Crouch. Crouch turns away from one trapper, throws it ahead. Nice feed to Carson. Carson now slows it down. Gives back to Delenti. The steadying force, Taylor Delenti with it. Weaving through traffic. Gonna punch it over to Maggie Butler. She drives. Now bounces out for South. Reverses out to Carson. Back to Delenti. She's open. Pass fake. Drive. Too high off the glass. No. Fight for the rebound, and this is gonna be a huge call. T.T. Carson went after it, but she has picked up 3 fouls and now 4 in the game. 3 of them have come in the opening 2 minutes and 9 seconds of this quarter. And she's been the most effective Lady B at the little things, the rebounding, the passing. She's staying out there, but she has 4 fouls and needs to be very careful. When you get them, they can come in bunches. Hodge with a drive inside. Brick wall, Butler. Oh, my goodness, they called a foul. And now the whistles have gone crazy. Bearden is in the double bonus. They called this on Maggie Butler. It had been a wide open in-rhythm game, and now the officials have gone nuts. It's already the 5th. Bearden is going to have a great chance to get back into it at the line. Just 1 foul called against Bearden so far, 5:44 to go in the game. They've got to let them play. They've been doing that the whole game, and it has changed in the 4th quarter, which is a huge pet peeve of coaches if you ask them. First one for Hodge is good. She has 17 today, well below her season average, but she can fill it up in a hurry. Adversity now for Upperman. Got to continue to play offense. 2 for 2. It's back to a 6-point game. Here's Crouch. Nice pass ahead to Butler. Kicks over to South. 4-3. No, she is mortal. Rebound down. And now another foul. You cannot, they're going to have to get out of the press. They're going to get Taylor DeLenti for her second, and Natalia Hodge back to the line. Dana McWilliams wants timeout because she's not happy with the officials. 6 fouls called on the Lady Bees in in 2 minutes and 27 seconds. A 30-second quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. The South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors, family owned and operated for over 5 decades. The South Willow Auto Clinic service all makes and models. Stop in at 640 South Willow Avenue for your auto repair needs. And Dana McWilliams is asking about it, saying, why is this all of a sudden every little hint of contact is being called a foul when it has not been the case the whole game? Bearden's going to shoot a ton of free throws. They can cut it to a 4-point game, and they likely will. Natalia Hodge, a great free throw shooter, going back to the line to shoot 2 more. And now she wisely is going to be in attack mode. She's going to go after every hint of contact she can get to the line and erase a deficit and try to win a championship. 6 fouls in 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Hodge's first free throw is good. The camera's shaking because they're stomping their feet up here in the upper bowl. Hodge now 3 for 3 at the line in the quarter, and it's a 4-point game as she's 4 for 4. To the 20-point mark goes Natalia Hodge. Upperman's got to take a breath and play basketball. Maggie sends it ahead to South. Now Crouch bounces back to South. She's open, gives to Maggie. She lines up the corner 3 and hits again. Maggie Butler with another. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Second of the quarter, back to a 7-point game. Rainey goes to attack. Why wouldn't they? They should barrel their head inside right now. They're in the bonus already. Easiest way to get back in it. Upperman in the 2-3. Hodge works off a screen. Will trigger the 3. Can't hit. Rebound down. Maggie Butler has another one. She's on double-double watch now because the points are showing up for her. She's got 8. Carson on the nice feed from Crouch. Shields off a little contact, no call. Now Crouch has it. Picks up. DeLenti to South. Wide open 3. Double-digit lead. Sadie South has 6. 20 points for number 11. It's a 10-point Lady B lead. Here's Hodge in the half court. Spins it over right side Rainey. Now fires inside. Twisting. Back out Rainey. South there. Step back 3. Rainey, no, but a foul, and it's got to be on Bearden. A push on Hunt, and it is. Hunt got right into the back of TT Carson. It's her 3rd, team 2nd. The 3-point shooting has been out of this world for the Lady Bees in this tournament. They lead by 10 with 4:25 to go. Still certainly far from over. Carson and DeLenti trying to solve this press. DeLenti accelerates, sends it over to Carson. Numbers if they hurry. Carson now bumped in a foul. That's the 3rd on Natalia Hodge. It's the 3rd on the Lady Bulldogs of Bearden. Count evening up a little bit here. And even if they say they don't, people absolutely do that. Get the foul count even in games like this. DeLenti can go into the backcourt, just throw it. She'll fire it in the last second to Carson. Now Crouch has it, back to Carson. Over to DeLenti. DeLenti drives. South is open in the corner. Hodge kind of shadowing, and another foul is Hunt into the body, and this is the 4th on Riley Hunt. So Carson has 4, Hunt has 4. TT Carson is still playing with those 4 fouls. We have not seen Gracie Butler back into the game, but it's just a little bit out of it, it seemed like. So she'll come back in if somebody fouls out potentially, but Right now, these 5 are getting it done. And down to the backcourt, and another foul. 2 free throws for T.T. Carson as Emma Rainey went along for the ride. It'll be her second, team's 5th. We're going to have free throws a lot in the final 4:04 of this ball game. And I said it the other way, I'll say it again. I don't like all of a sudden every contact is a foul in a championship game with these 2 elite teams. First one for T.T. Carson is good. Upperman leads by 11. 3 points for Carson. That's our first free throw attempt of the game. She's 2 for 2. Upperman is opening up an 12-point lead. Bearden needs an answer here, middle of the 4th quarter. Rainey goes to work. They've erased a couple of big deficits in this tournament already, in no small part because of who has the basketball. Here's Hodge. She drives, contorts, brick wall. Butler, offensive foul. Takes the charge. Hodge, that's her 4th. Huge call as Maggie Butler takes the charge, and it'll go the other way to the Lady Bees. 4th on the Mizzou commit. Upperman love to get her out of this game, and a technical foul. Issued to Bearden's head coach. He better be careful. He's about to get tossed. Technical foul. 2 free throws in the ball. Talked a little bit about his demeanor earlier. Now Upperman trying to take a deep breath. They've got all the momentum. Taylor Delente goes to the line to shoot 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And it will be Lady B basketball. The Lady Bees have never won this tournament. They have a 13-point lead with 3:45 to go. They beat the number 1 ranked team in Arkansas. They beat the number 2 ranked team in Tennessee. They're beating the number 2 ranked 4A team in this state right now by 13 as the next free throw is no good. This has been a run and a half and a timeout called, a quick cash pawn timeout on the floor by Bearden. Thompson Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, your one-stop shop for all your dirt machinery and aerial equipment needs. Located at the new facility at 4314 Academy Road in Cookeville. They're a Caterpillar dealer who rents, sells, service, and provide parts. For rental needs, call Lane at 931-267-6380. And to buy, call Lucas at 931-979-5050. Saturday, 3 games across the network. On the main page, Jackson County at Livingston Academy. The great Craig Cantrell and Colin Castleberry on the call. I will be in the Bobcat Den in Byrdstown as South Pittsburgh takes on Pickett County. And the Cookeville boys will welcome in the Tennessee Heat. The Velvety Pipes of Jacob Vinson on the call there. Here in Greenville, 3:45 to go. Championship of this tournament. 54-41, the Lady Bees lead Bearden. And Dana McWilliams is animated in this huddle, trying to spurn her team onto a title. They get the second buzzer, and now they'll have to go. 5 on the floor. Maggie Butler, T.T. Carson, Taylor Delente, Sadie South, and Cassie Crouch. They have been this 5 on the floor the entire 4th quarter. Crouch on the inbound. Being pressed, crosses over. She's been really good today. Now Maggie over to Carson. Killing the clock now with a 13-point lead. Looking for a great shot, not a quick shot. Trapped in the corner. Carson has to be careful. Tries to muscle away and does to Delente. Delente drives inside. Taylor Delente, too strong. Crouch right there for the offensive rebound. Gives to Maggie and she's fouled. And it's the 5th on Natalia Hodge. The Mizzou commit is done in this tournament. It's her 5th personal foul, and the Lady Bees get a huge boost as well as she is fouled out of the game. A sensational basketball player. And now Maggie Butler goes to the line to shoot 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Maggie Butler had 2 big threes early in this quarter, and we'll see who the sub is for her. It's going to be Hunt. A very happy new year to all of you watching. I'll be in Little Rock tomorrow as Tennessee Tech takes on Little Rock in an OVC doubleheader on 106.1 The Eagle. That's right, I am going from here to Little Rock, Arkansas. Why not? First one was no good for Maggie Butler. This game is still not over. Still plenty of weapons for Bearden as she hits the second, and they lead by 14. And they led by 13 when Hodge went out of the game before revisionist history hits this one. Hunt, right side, skips it over left wing. Now back out. Rainey, she's going to have to be the stud for him. Rainey drives, blocked. Maggie Butler with a block. Now Rainey tries to get it, and a foul. Rainey called for the personal. T.T. Carson to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. 3:04 to go. Lady Bees starting to feel it. They're close to winning this tournament. They come here because they feel like it's a state tournament preview with the caliber of team you play. Obviously, it's a holiday tournament, but it was a great field, and they've been the class of it so far. Carson can't hit the first free throw. Bearden just has no answer for the 2-3 zone. They've scored 12 points in the second half as Carson splits the free throws. 5 for TT, a 15-point Lady B lead. This is something else. Pass over top of the circle, now a drive. Hunt throws it up with the left hand and gets the call. They'll get Maggie Butler for the personal. It'll be the fourth on Maggie. 2 free throws upcoming for Riley Hunt with 2:53 to go. Upperman has to protect the basketball and make their free throws, and they're going to win this tournament. The feet stomp as Hunt connects the first free throw, nothing but net. Four points for her. She had a 3 earlier on in the third quarter. Bearden led by 6, and then Upperman went on a gigantic run as Hunt goes 2 for 2. It's 56-43. Crouch ahead, Maggie, now Delenti to Maggie. Spins Delenti, right side south. Now Crouch, pass fake, gives off Maggie, bounces back Carson. Now Maggie. And she carried. Went to pass to the left, and it was cut off by a couple of different Bearden Lady Bulldogs, and so she went to pass back right, and she did carry it. 13-point game, 2:31 to go. Lady Bees cannot rest on their laurels here, and that's exactly what they're hoping for. As that 3 is off the mark wide right. Rebound down to Delenti. Bearden may be out of steam here. They faced a gauntlet schedule as well. Both these teams have. Coming off a dramatic double overtime win against Grace Christian. Pass over Sadie South. No way. Popped out. And now a foul will be on Taylor Delenti for a reach from behind. It's been a ton of fouls in the fourth quarter, but it's been both ways, to be fair. I had my gripes earlier. I still believe them. 2 free throws upcoming here for Bearden as Delenti picks up her third. And Bearden, they're like this. Opportunity to get points with the clock stopped with 2:12 to go. But 1 minute ago, Natalia Hodge fouled out of the game, and that changes their offensive perspective in a big way. First free throw good, though. They're back within 12. I believe this is Myers. Can't tell for sure, though. She goes 2 for 2. It's back to an 11-point game. It was Myers. Pardon me, it's number 11, not number 12. 2:08 to go. Just an 11-point game. Crazier things have happened. Carson gives back to Delenti. They're going to have to make them foul him. Delenti gets it over left side to Carson. And they're in full-on kill-the-clock mode. Carson, big collision, and that will be a foul on Hunt as she got up inside. It will be a block on Riley Hunt. It is her 5th, so now the second player to foul out of the game is Bearden's Riley Hunt. 2 free throws for TT Carson at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Sonia's watching. Those are a lot of our sponsors. We so appreciate our presenting sponsor, your hometown Steel and Exmark dealer. Go see them early in the new year and get yourself a brand new mower, chainsaw, blower. Maybe your lawnmower's been making a funny noise. You've got a Steel or Exmark machine. Go in and see them. They'll get you taken care of with their service department as well on Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville. Another missed free throw for the Lady Bees. The door remains just cracked for Bearden. Carson trying to hit the second. She does. Nothing but net for TT Carson, who was great in this basketball game today, particularly early, setting the tone. Here's a drive inside, runner thrown up, no rebound down. Maggie Butler with it, tried to wrestle it away. Maggie still has it, Crouch with it, 1:40 to go. Lady Bees closing in on a title. Here's Delenti, poked from her, she gathers again, back to Crouch. Crouch gives over to South, back to Crouch. Now in Delenti, spins back Carson. Around the world they go, Maggie with it. Maggie Butler, right side Carson. Carson bounces back, and we will have a violation. They call a travel on Carson. 1:22 to go in the ball game. Sub at the table, Ella Hudson going to check in, and that is the white flag. Emma Rainey checking out for Bearden. This is a major tournament, and the Lady Bees are going to have run a real gauntlet. No asterisks, nothing by it. They've beaten 4 great teams to win this championship. Second chance on this possession after a missed 3 for Bearden. Here's a drive in for Hudson. She fires a pass that's tipped. Now back out it goes. 3 ball on the way. That's no good. Rebound still loose. Another chance here for Bearden. Another 3 ball on the way, and that one is good. Lily Corum splashes home to 3, and Bearden's kind of packed it up a little bit early because they're back within 9. They're still pressing, but no timeout there as Crouch sends over to Carson. Upperman got to be a hint of careful here. Delenti loses handle. South, though, flies over to grab it. Left side, Carson. Now Delenti. Delenti over to Carson. 35 seconds. Carson to Delenti. Double arrives and a foul. Taylor Delenti goes to the line to shoot 2. It will be a win over previously undefeated Gaffney out of South Carolina. They were ranked top 10 in that state. A win over number 1 ranked Farmington out of Arkansas. A win over number 2 ranked Daniel Boone out of Tennessee. Both of those teams had 4 stars that are going to go to Power 4 universities on their squad as Delenti hits the first free throw. And now it will be a win over 4A Power Bearden as Delenti goes 2 for 2 and the Lady Bees are 30 seconds away. Bringing it up here. Lady Bulldogs, they'll drive inside. Upperman content to just not foul as Ella Hudson puts in the 2. 18 seconds left as Crouch fires it ahead to South. Bearden says do not foul. Back to Crouch. 10 seconds to go. An absolute gauntlet has been run here in Greenville. And for the first time, the Upperman Lady Bees win the Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic. Final score, Upperman 59, Bearden 50. We welcome you into the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store postgame show. The 2025 Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic champions are the Upperman Lady Bees as they defeat Bearden out of Tennessee 59-50. We'll tally up the scoring and have the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game, although if you've been watching, I think you know who it's going to be. Scoring for the Lady Bees is as follows. 20 points for Sadie South, including 6 3-pointers in this game. Taylor Delenti was great again, 14 points for her. Maggie Butler was huge, particularly early in the fourth quarter when Upperman regained control. 9 points for her, 8 for Gracie Butler, 6 for T.T. Carson, and 2 for Cassie Crouch for a team total of 59. It is victory number 9 in a row for Upperman, and now they will head into an extended break before an absolute war will ensue on Friday, January 9th in Baxter, Tennessee, when the White County Warriorettes come to town. What an opener in District 7 AAA that will be. But Upperman will have 9 days away from the floor before that moment. Maybe something, while the rest will be nice, they may not want to spend that much time away from the floor because they are rolling here. It started with a double overtime victory over Blackman. Then they beat East Nashville, who was undefeated. They went on the road to Florida, swept a pretty good field there, and now came here and went 4-0 against 4 of the best teams in the area, certainly here in the Southeast. And Upperman gets it done, 59-50. We'll open up the mic for the trophy presentation and wrap things up here.
And now your 2025 Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic champions, the Upperman Lady Bees.
The Upperman Lady Bees win the 2025 Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic here in Greenville. They come to this tournament every year to prepare for the gauntlet that is 7 AAA play and the postseason, and they passed this test with flying colors. Upperman improves to 14-3 on the campaign. They are on a 9-game winning streak into the break. They're returning to the floor January 9th. They're going to take on the Lake County Warriors in Greenville, the high school basketball game of the week, presented by Mayberry's Furniture. Coming up tomorrow, you can tune in. I will be in Little Rock, Arkansas, as the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles take on Little Rock in a doubleheader. Women first, followed by the men's game, and then on Saturday, high school action again on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Over on the main page on Facebook, it will be Craig and Colin on the call as Jackson County takes on Livingston Academy. I will be in the Bobcat Den in Bergstown. South Pittsburgh takes on Pickett County. That'll be on UCR2. And over on UCR3, it'll be the Cookville Boys against the Tennessee Heat with Jacob Benson on the call. From Cookville. That'll do it for us here in 2025.